first officer on the 747, and I'm going to guide you through your yoga practice today. This practice is dedicated towards FlyPink, our yearly campaign to raise money for the Hong Kong Breast Cancer Foundation. This practice is for my colleagues who get stiff shoulders, tender lower back, tight upper back from flying and sitting all day long. Alright guys, let's start our practice. Come to a comfortable seating position on your mat. You can sit on a cushion or a block. You can rest your hands on your knees and you can close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths here to settle in. You can set an intention, as for example, to listen to your body during this practice, or dedicate this practice to a loved one. Take a few deep, conscious breaths. Now place your hands in front of your heart and let your thumbs touch your sternum. You can open your eyes. Namaste, welcome. So if you sit cross-legged, you can switch off your legs. And we're going to start with some shoulder rolls to loosen up your shoulders. So as you inhale, roll your shoulders up, back and down. And do that a few more times. Now you can reverse your direction, so roll them up, forwards and down. See how that feels. Maybe you can release some tension. Bring your shoulders to stillness. And now start with some neck rolls. Be careful because your neck is quite sensitive. So lean your head forwards. See how the stretch is in the back of your neck, and then roll it slowly towards the right side, back, and around. Maybe some parts are sticky and you want to stay there for a little bit. Do a few rolls one side, and then release towards the other side. Come to the center, release your neck, and we're going to lay down on our mat. So release your props if you were sitting heavy, and we're going to lay on our backs. So for a moment, just release here, release your whole body. Now flex your feet, join your feet. Stretch your arms all the way overhead and hook your thumbs. Stretch from the middle of your body all the way down through your legs and all the way up through your arms. See how far you can stretch your whole body. Make it longer and longer. Keep your feet flexed and keep pulling on your thumbs. Deepen your breath. And release. Just release for a second. Now join your feet again. Flex your feet. Hook the other thumb on top and pull again through your arms. And stretch again through your legs. All the way up and down. Deepen your breath. And notice, how does your backside of the body feel on the floor? How does your spine feel? Keep pulling for one more deep breath. And release. Now keep your left foot on the floor. Keep it flexed and hug your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers on top of your chin. Relax your right ankle. Keep your left leg straight on the floor, flex. And pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. See how it feels in your hips and your pelvis. Relax your right knee, right ankle. And see if you can pull a little bit closer towards your shoulder. And release. And straighten your right leg. Flex your right foot. Take your left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers on top of your right shin. And pull it towards, left shin and pull it towards your left shoulder. Relax your left ankle and knee. Keep your right foot flexed. And just pull it towards the shoulder and your chest. See how your pelvis feels. How does your back feel? What part of your back is touching the floor? One more deep breath here. And release. Now hug both knees to your chest. Roll up. And come into a seating position. I'm going to sit knees down like this. If it's not comfortable for you to sit like this, you can either sit on a block, sit on a pillow, or sit on a blanket. If you have a block available and you're not sitting on it, you can place it behind you in the middle. We're going to use it later. Now interlace your fingers in front of you. Turn your palms open. Stretch your arms all the way up. This is a big stretch through your shoulders. Stretch your elbows straight. And stretch your finger knuckles all the way up to the sky. Keep stretching and keep breathing. Breathe deeply. Stretch up further. One more deep breath. Now release your hands. Twist to the right and place your left hand on top of your right knee. Your right hand behind you on the block. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, you twist further and look over your right shoulder. A few deep breaths here. Release, come back to center. Now interlace the other finger on top, so the non-habitual way. Have your fingers interlaced. Turn your palms out forward. Stretch your arms up. Big stretch through your shoulders. See how straight can your arms go? How straight can your elbows go? See how this stretch feels in your upper back. I usually find this quite a terrible and difficult stretch because my shoulders are quite tight, like all of us, I guess. Keep stretching, keep breathing deeply. One more deep breath. And release your arms. Twist to the left. Right hand on top of your left knee. Left hand behind you on the block. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. And look over your left shoulder. Keep this twist for a few breaths. Now come back to center. Remove the block. And place your hands under your shoulders. Place your knees under your hips. And we're going to a few movements of our spine. As you inhale, arch your lower back. Look up towards the sky. As you exhale, round your back. Push through the center of your shoulder blades. And see how far you can push. Inhale, start arching your back from your sacrum and look up. Exhale, do the reverse, start the movement from your sacrum all the way up. Now go through this movement a few more rounds on your own pace. And come into a neutral spine. Turn your big toes together, make your knees as wide as your mat, and sit your hips back into a child's pose. Stretch both arms to the front and drop your head between your arms. So this pose is called child's pose, and it's a really good resting pose. If you need to rest at any point during this video, you can always come back to this pose. Stay here for a few more breaths. Now look between your hands again, lift up your head. Place your pinky fingers near the edges of the yoga mat. Spread your fingers wide and make your pointing fingers point straight forward. Now come up on hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Lift up your knees and press your hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. The most important thing here is to get a straight spine. So if you need to bend your hips to stretch out your spine, you can do so. So if you have tight hamstrings, you can keep your knees bent in downward facing dog. Press up through your arms, lengthen your spine, and work towards straight legs. Let your head hang between your arms. And just come to stillness in this stretch. One more deep breath here. Now look between your arms. Walk forwards and come into a forward fold. Just let your body hang here. You can hook your opposite elbows. If your hamstrings feel tight, feel free to bend your knees so you can pull over deeper. Move your weight a little bit forward. See how far your torso can go. Hold the other opposite elbow. Keep folding forwards. Imagine your torso is like a waterfall coming out of your hips. Now slowly roll up to a standing position. Pull your shoulders back and down and release. Let's flow a little bit. So inhale, take your arms up. You can hook your thumbs. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, make a halfway lift. You can place your hands on your shins. Look forwards. Now place your hands, step your right knee back, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, place your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Look between your hands, step your right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, place your hands, step forwards. Fold forwards. Inhale all the way up. Up to the other side. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back, left knee down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release your hands, step your right leg back. Come into downward facing dog. Now look between your hands. Step your left leg forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Look up. Release your hands. Now step your Right foot forward to meet your left. Fold forward. And come all the way up. And release. Now come towards the middle of your mat. You might need your block, so grab your block. I place it on my knee. Place your hands on your hips, step your feet apart, around 3-4 feet with distance. Keep your left foot straight, turn your right foot out, and have a heel to arch alignment. So place your right heel to intersect your left arch. Stretch your arms straight, tip over your right hip. Place your hands on your shin or on the block and lift your left arm up to the sky. Important is to keep your hips open to the side, keep your chest open. Lift your left arm up. You can look up if that's comfortable for you, or look straight if your neck strains. Hold this for another breath. Now inhale, come back up. Turn your right foot in, left foot out. Check your alignment, so it's a left heel to right arch alignment. Arms straight out to the side. Tip over your left hip. Place your hand on your shin or on your block. Stretch your right arm up towards the sky. Make sure your chest is open towards the side. Your hips are open towards the side and you're not collapsing in. If it feels comfortable for your neck, look up. Hold this for one more breath. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn your feet in. Place your hands on your hips. Stack your feet together. Now, we're doing 2 balancing poses. So the first one is a tree pose. Keep your weight on your left foot. Pick up your right foot. Grab your foot, place it on the inseam of your top thigh of your left leg. If this is not possible, you can always place your right foot on the inseam of your ankle. But never place it on your knee. Make sure you have a steady point to look at. And place your hands in front of your heart. And if you feel stable, you can stretch your arms up like branches of a tree. Hold this pose and keep breathing. And now release. Other side. So lift up your left leg. Keep your right foot stable on the floor. Place it on the inseam of your top leg or of the bottom. Steady your gaze. And fold your hands in front of your heart. Or stretch your arms straight up like branches on a tree. You can even move a little bit like a tree in the wind. Now exhale and release. Stretch your arms straight out to the sides. Now cross your right arm under your left and double clasp your hands. Bend your knees and cross your right leg over your left. And wobble. And come into eagle pose. This stretch is amazing for your shoulders, for the back side. Sit a little bit deeper, pull your elbows forwards, and your arms straight up, your hands straight up. Keep your gaze steady. One more breath and release. Other side. So left arm underneath your right, double clasp your hands, bend your knees, sink, lift up your left leg. Cross it over your right. Keep your gaze steady. Sit a little bit deeper. Pull your elbows forward and your palms straight up. Feel the stretch between your shoulder blades. Your next inhale, release. Come back to the front of your mat. We're going to float to our belly. So inhale, raise your arms up. Look up, exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your hands, step into downward facing dog. Look between your hands, come into a high plank position. You can drop your knees to the floor, bend your elbows, come all the way down. Now, straighten your legs, point your feet, keep your feet together. Have your arms alongside your body, palms facing down. Next pose is called airplane. So we're gonna come up like an airplane. So lift your chest up from your upper back. See how far you can go. And lift your arms up. Keep lifting your chest. Keep breathing and smile. Hold this for one more breath. And release. Release your arms. You can rest your cheek on one side. Wiggle your hips a little bit. Release your lower back. Now take your arms straight in front of you. Palms facing each other. Make sure your feet are still pointed and touching. Now this pose is called Superman. So we're going to lift up like Superman. Lift up your arms, your chest, and see how far your arms can go up. Okay, lift them higher than your ears. Keep lifting and breathing. And release. Rest your other cheek on the floor. You can wiggle your hips. Now move yourself towards the left side of your mat. Stretch your right arm 90 degrees off your shoulder. Left hand to the left of your chest. And push yourself to roll over towards the right shoulder. This stretch is amazing to open the front of the chest and to help with tight shoulders. Rest your head on the floor. You can take your left arm behind you. You can either have your left leg, knee pointing up, or flush with your right leg. You're going to stay here for a couple more breaths. Release the tension in the shoulders. Deep breathing here. Come back to center. Be careful, this was a deep stretch. Move over to the right side of your mat. Place your left hand towards the side. Right hand, you're going to push yourself over to roll to the left. And repeat the stretch on the other side. See how far you can go, and maybe this side is different. Maybe this side is more tight. Just go as far as is comfortable. See where is your edge. Rest your hands and breathe. Back to center. Slowly release your arm. Come back to the middle. Rest yourself up into a seated position. Here you may find it nice to use a cushion or maybe blanket to sit on. Stretch your legs straight in front of you. Take your right knee into your chest and place it over your left leg. Now take your right hand behind you. Take your left elbow over your right knee and twist. As you inhale, stretch your spine. As you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back. Straighten your right leg. Now pull your left leg into your chest. Place it over. And place your left hand behind you. Right elbow over your left knee. Lift up your spine. Twist over. And look over your left shoulder. Inhale, straighten your spine and exhale. Twist a little bit deeper. Now come back to center. Straighten both legs. Lift up your knees. Open both legs like a book. So your feet are like a book. This is called butterfly pose. Hold your feet with your hands, straighten your spine. And see how far you can come forwards without rounding your spine. You can walk your hands forwards. And once you're at your edge, you can release your head down. Stay here for a few more breaths and feel the stretch in your hips. Now walk yourself back up. Close your legs. Release your prop. And we're coming to our backs. Lay all the way back down. Hug both knees into your chest. Now release your feet down on the floor. Move your hips a little bit over towards the left. And then let your knees drop to the right and come into a reclining twist. You can hold your left knee with your right hand. Look over your left shoulder and release here. So come back to center. Move your hips to the middle. Swivel your hips a little bit over to the right side and let your knees fall over to the left. You can grab your right knee with your left hand. Look over your right shoulder and twist over to the right. This twist is great to release the lower back. Try to keep your shoulders flush on the floor. Deep breathing here. And slowly release. Knees back to center. And now rock your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. All the strength you can get. And now release. Release your legs, release your arms. Let your legs fan open to the side. Let your arms fan open, palms facing up, and close your eyes. Release completely. Release all the way. Release your eyes, your cheeks, release your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your arms, your legs. Release your breathing. Just give yourself some time to release in this pose. Savasana is the most important pose of yoga class, where you can integrate everything and just let it rest in your body. Bring your hands towards your heart, let your knees roll over to your right side and sit up. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.